Happy Tales, Rumpelstiltskin. Alright children, today I'm going to tell you the story of Rumpelstiltskin. Once there was a poor miller who had a beautiful daughter. One day, at the king's court, he boasted that his daughter could spin straw into gold. The king ordered the miller's daughter to come to the palace. He took her to a room full of straw, locked her in, and said to her,
"You must spin all the straw into gold tonight, or you shall die."
Poor girl did not know what to do and began to cry. Suddenly, a tiny man came out of nowhere and asked her, "Why are you crying?" When she told him, he said, "Don't worry, I'll spin the straw into gold, but you have to give me your necklace." She agreed. The dwarf spun all the straw into gold. The next day, when the king saw this, he was pleased. He became greedy. He took the girl into a bigger room. She began to cry. The tiny man came into the room once more. This time, she gave him her ring, and he spun all the straw into gold. The third morning, the king saw the room full of gold. He took her to the biggest room filled with straw, locked her in, and said,
"If you spin all the straw into gold, you shall become my wife."
Once again, she began to cry. This time, when the little man came to her, she said,
"I do not have anything to give you, sir. What will I do?"
He said, "Promise me that you'll give me your firstborn child when you become the queen." The girl agreed. The tiny man spun all the straw into gold. The next day, the king was pleased. He married the girl, and soon they had a baby. The tiny man came to the queen to take her baby away, but she had forgotten about the promise. She begged him to leave her baby alone. The tiny man said, "I'll not take your baby if you could guess my name. I'll give you 3 days." The queen tried to remember all kinds of names. The next night when he came, she told him all the uncommon names she could think of.
Perhaps your name is Short Ribs or Sheep Sarks.
But he always answered, "That is not my name." The next night, the dwarf came to the queen again, but she could not guess his real name. On the third day, one of the queen's servants went into the forest to find a little man. The servant found him dancing and singing, "Today I bake, tomorrow I brew. The next I'll have the young queen's child. Ha! Glad am I that no one knew that Rumpelstiltskin I am styled." The servant ran back and told the queen the name of the dwarf. That night, when the little man came to the queen and challenged her, "Do you give up? Shall I take your child away?" The queen smiled and replied,
"Is your name Harry? Is it Conrad? Perhaps it is Rumpelstiltskin?"
Hearing his name, the tiny man screamed, "How could you possibly know my name?" Saying this, he ran away deep into the forest, never to be seen again.
Yay! The baby was saved! That was a scary story, but I'm glad it had a happy ending.
Well, I'm glad you liked the story. So until next time.